around this fabulous lake of ours? Tune into Lake Macquarie FM 97.3 from 6 a.m. every Saturday for Lake Mac Life Saturday Sports Edition with Martine.
Welcome aboard Lake Macquarie. This is the Lake Mac Life edition, the Saturday Sports edition. Welcome aboard to your Saturday, the 29th of September. Looks like a lovely day ahead. There will be some showers about in the afternoon. Top of 22, lovely. Top of 19 tomorrow, partly cloudy day. And that's much the story for the rest of the week. Early 20s, sun about with some clouds as well. Hope you have had a great week. We've got another great show lined up for you this morning, as well as a local sports wrap, letting you know what's on. We have an amazing lineup of people to chat to. Very busy. We'll have Adam Prowse, who's a local personal trainer. He has his studio up at Bullaroo, also up at Maitland, and he'll be taking some time out, probably from a boot camp or something. He'll be out of breath, no doubt. He'll be chatting to us about how to get back our summer bodies, because summer is a hop, skip and a jump around the corner. Daylight savings ends next week. There you go. We're really into it. Or maybe it's the week after. No, I think it's next weekend. Next weekend we'll be talking to you from a different light. Literally. We'll also be talking to our great friend, Alan Friend. Does Lake Mac Catch, brought to you by BP Fishing and Tackle over there at BP Lake Marmora. Have a chat to Jake over there about all of your fishing needs, and we're going to be chatting to Alan about all of the fishing. Well, who escaped, who got away, what was, how big it was, all of those things. We'll have a chat to him about where the best place to dip your rod is. Wonder how he went last weekend. We'll have to see. He did spend a couple of nights out on the boat, out in the lake, so we'll have a chat to him. We also have our lovely friend Loza. Loza Talks League. I mean, she won't be sitting down talking to us today. She'll be hyped up. She'll be ready to go. I know she's getting ready to go down to one of the local pubs, and she's going to give a commentary down at the Wicco up in Newcastle. So if you're brave enough, and make sure you don't bring the kids along to that one, because she can get pretty excited. If you've ever had a listen to some of her live broadcasts, she's an absolute character, and we can't wait to have a chat with her, because today is the big day for NRL. Who is going to take it? It's going to be tough, isn't it? Melbourne, of course, are in the running. It's going to be an interesting game, so we'll hear from Loza Talks League at 30 this morning, after Brownie's Trackside, of course, brought to you by Biochem Water. Can't wait to have a chat to him about what he is doing. The Spring Carnival is on. It's all happening, isn't it? The Spring Carnival is on, so we want to have a chat to him and make sure that we've got our tips right, ready to gamble responsibly into weekend. So I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Stay with us. We're talking to some really interesting people, getting the know-how about what is going on locally as well as nationally as well. And to kick us off, I have the lovely Ronan Keating doing a bit of a number here. Suspicious Minds. I like this. Do we like this cover? Let me know. Facebook, Lake Mac Life with Martine on FM97.3, or you can email me, Martine, FM97.3. Stream live across the planet on your tablet, your telephone.
Want to know what's happening in sport around this fabulous lake of ours? Tune into Lake Macquarie FM 97.3 from 6 a.m. every Saturday for Lake Mac Life Saturday Sports Edition with Martine.
And you're with Martine on Lake Macquarie FM, the new 97.3. This is the Saturday Sports Edition. And as always, we bring to you 7 o'clock. Well, after the 7 o'clock news, we're pretty free and easy here. We bring on our good friend Adam Prowse, who is a local personal fitness trainer, as well as having amazing studios and boot camps. And I was just talking to him on the side about what I can do with the kiddies if I want to get into the gym, what I can do with them because it's school holidays. And he tells me they've got a spot there at their Bullaroo gym. How about that, Adam?
Yeah, definitely. We're very kid-friendly. I mean, there's a little sort of free creche area where children sort of sit and play with toys and iPads and whatever else they do while you train. You can see them there the whole time and that sort of thing. We find that works really well.
Yeah, so they're in a safe environment. You can see them. Everyone wins.
Exactly, yeah, and you can have kids out on the gym floor and things if it's not too busy or whatever else. But as long as they're safe is our biggest thing.
And you know what? You're showing them. You're being a really good role model. I mean, as parents, you are the best role model, aren't you, for the kids? So they can see you taking time out for your health, for your fitness, because you're investing in it and showing them it's important. You're passing that on to them. It's the most valuable thing that you can give your kids.
Oh, definitely. And you have a lot of parents and mums and things that sort of come in and it's almost like they feel guilty for trying to better their health and fitness and whatever else. But you've got to remember that you've got a life as well. You've got to stay fit as healthy as you can for the child.
Well, you've got to do it for them. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, for them to see you training, look, not a bad thing at all. As you said, it rubs off on them. It's a normal thing to do and part of life. And I think that it's one of those things where you'll find that the stress relief and the feel good for you and the benefits you get sort of then goes back onto the child as well because you're feeling better and you're probably looking after them better in that way as well. So
love it. Excellent. So we can get over to you at Bullaroo. What about Maitland? Can we bring the kiddies to Maitland?
Sure, can. Yeah, both studios are set up fairly similar that way. Very, very child. Like we even have trainers that hold babies while lost sessions are going and things like that.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
Especially personal training. Yeah, we have a lot of sort of new mums that come in and the child's only a couple of months old or 10 months old or something. So they get to know the trainers and the trainers sort of joke around and play with them a bit sometimes, keep them distracted a little bit, which a lot of mums like as well.
Well, that's brilliant. They're getting the baby fat off early. I need to come in because I still need to get the baby fat off Adam. My kid is 18 though. We're still.
Yeah, don't worry. You're not alone there. We have a lot of people saying that. Oh yeah, never really got back up with the baby, and now they're 10 years old.
Yeah. I need to get back to my pre-baby body, but she's 18 now. So tell me, what have you got for us this week? Because you've always got something interesting to tell us, and usually it's from the listeners asking different questions of you. So what have they been busy about, thinking about this week?
Yeah, I thought today I'd go over some fitness myths.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, some things that probably people think are, maybe good options and maybe aren't.
Yeah, because there's so many fads out there, isn't there? And we're bombarded by crap on social media, on TV, constantly with absolute crap that has no scientific backing. So, so I'd love to hear, I'll have to tick them off my list of things not to do.
Yeah. I mean, look, that's the thing. The first one I'll cover, it's a pretty common one. People want to try and lose weight and eat healthy, so they start eating lots of fruit, which, it is a healthy food. Fruit, that sort of thing, very good for you. But I think the problem is when people look at it as a weight loss thing, it's got a lot of what they call fructose, which is natural sugar. Yeah. So you find if you're eating sort of 3 or 4 bits of fruit a day trying to lose weight, it'll make it really hard for you. Just in terms of, extra sugars and carbohydrates and things.
So people don't realise that it is a natural carbohydrate. It's, if you are going to have a sugar, it's the best sugar to have. But I know when I had gestational diabetes with the last kitty, I couldn't even look at an apple and I'd go into a diabetic coma. It was pretty awful. So, keep fruit in mind.
Yeah, for sure. Look, I think you're having 1 to 2 pieces a day, it's no problem. It's when you start having 3 to 4 and that sort of thing. And
well, there are these fads, aren't they, where all you drink is watermelon juice, for instance, and that way, not only with some of the juicing fads that come through, you're not getting the actual fibre associated with their fruit. All you're getting is the sugary juice. and you're not even getting the fibre.
It tastes pretty decent and all that sort of thing as well. So people think, oh yeah, like it's healthy, it tastes good, I'll have this and I'll get what I want out of it, but it just doesn't really work that way, unfortunately. So avoid having too much fruit, especially if you're trying to lose a bit of weight.
And watch your juices. Watch them.
Yeah, look, liquid calories is a big one. Like a lot of people don't think because you're drinking something, it doesn't really doesn't fill you up quite the same as having something to eat. So
exactly.
You can have a lot of calories in liquid calories, and then you're sort of putting on weight, but you're not really eating that much. So it's a different.
So I guess also suggesting to people, look up, there's some good calculators on. I mean, there's some absolute crap and fads out there on the internet too. But to look up how many grams of sugar is in, say, an apple or a banana. I know grapes and watermelon are quite high. What is in there?
The ones you like the most is probably the highest. Things like your mangoes, your really sweet stuff's really the worst.
Yes.
Apples and bananas, you probably have one apple, one banana a day would be no problem. But if you're having sort of multiple, a mango, an apple,
or replacing your actual meals with that, which is a fad.
Oh yeah, I know what they're saying, but it's just you want to have high protein, low fat, low carb as much as you sort of can.
Okay, high protein, low fat, low carb. Okay.
Yeah, and with fruit, there's not a lot of proteins and things, so it's more just sugars and carbs and things like that. And
Interesting.
So another one would be when people try to they want to get a flat stomach.
Yeah.
They'll start doing a lot of sit-ups and a lot of abdominal work.
Yeah.
Now the problem with this is it will help a little bit in terms of getting a better midsection, but if you're building a lot of muscle in your stomach and then you're doing, you're eating not too good either, you're probably going to have a lot of fat over the muscle.
Wow.
Which means that, you're probably going to look, fairly big in the stomach still. So a lot of the time it's just doing, abdominal training a couple of times a week and consistently, but you don't need to do, heaps and heaps of ab work to try and flatten your stomach out. You're better off focusing more on weight loss and just doing a couple of ab exercises, ab training sessions a week.
Right. So instead of localizing in on the actual body parts that you need, that you want to focus on, that's probably not going to be great in terms of weight loss.
No, yeah, you're better off just focusing on trying to lose body fat and weight.
General,
that'll
right.
make your abs, leaner and your stomach sort of more flat anyway. So.
I mean, the scary stuff too, Adam, is we can see fat around our midsection. I mean, that's really bad fat around our abdomen, but it's actually the fat around our organs that we can't even see that are the problems. The fatty liver, around all of our organs that are. And then the last bit is when it protrudes out into our skin,
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, the worst fat's the ones inside, your sort of internal fat, which, more likely to cause health problems. But, yeah, so external fat, like the fat sitting outside of it, doesn't really matter that much, to be honest, that way. It's, obviously aesthetically we don't want it, but it's not the end of the world if it is there. It's more just, you want to lose that fat so you sort of feel better and look better and aren't carrying as much around.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I mean, it's one of those things where if you got someone sort of trying to affect that area, doing 1 million sit-ups a week is probably not going to change it as much as just really watching the diet and starting to do a lot of walking and cardio-based stuff to try and actually lose the fat.
That's a really good tip. Yeah, really good tip there. Very good.
So yeah, look, I mean, the other one I've got for you here is just training more is always better. It's not always the way. I mean, there's sort of an optimal time. Like if you're training sort of 40 minutes to an hour a day, that's sort of plenty. If you train, some people think, I'm training 7 hours a week, so I need to increase it to 10 to get anywhere, sort of thing. And you've got to look at what you're doing with your training and make it effective time. For instance, if you came and just walked on the treadmill on a really slow speed for an hour, or you did an hour of like HIIT style training and more high intensity stuff, it's going to be a very different hour you're in the gym for.
Right.
So you've got to look at what you're doing with your time in the gym and how you're sort of structuring everything that way as well. So.
Because you don't want to fatigue your body and outdo your body.
No, that's exactly it. You can't afford to sort of put yourself in that position as well. So you got to really work in with your body. It depends on the person too. Like some people can handle bigger training loads than others and that sort of thing. But you've got to really sort of know your body a bit and make your time effective rather than just trying to do 20 hours a week of training when you could be doing 5 or 6 and getting the same sort of thing. So yeah,
And,
look,
and,
I mean,
and I guess as well, people do training or activity exercise for different reasons as well. And, some of that has to do with a lot of anxiety as well, and wanting to get out and burn off some of that anxious energy as well. And sometimes, that's a benefit to doing that. But if you're overdoing it, you might be damaging your body. Too much of anything is problematic.
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Even there's a lot of links to like if you're training too much too, sometimes you can have the opposite effect. You can actually sort of mentally drain you and make you a bit more, I guess, susceptible to things. So there's a certain amount, like maybe 40 minutes to an hour a day, you're sort of getting more endorphin releases and you're feeling good and you're pretty upbeat. And then they say if you're doing, an hour and a half to 2 hours every day, sometimes it can mentally fatigue you a bit, which will make you a little bit like even, more susceptible to depressions and things like that. But
Yeah.
I don't think most of the population are going to have that trouble of, overtraining that way. So I think, if you aim for sort of 40 minutes to an hour of sort of good solid training and, and focusing on the right stuff, you'll be fine with it, with all that sort of thing. You get a lot of benefits out of it.
So it's good to research or have someone alongside you that knows what they're doing, so that they can really focus in and direct the exercise or the training that you're doing, so that you are, what you're doing is quality, not quantity.
Exactly, yeah. You want to make sure whatever you're doing is effective, whether it's diet or training or whatever else. And look, the thing is, you're probably not going to know what that is, and that's fine. It's okay. It's okay to admit it. Like, I'm not a lawyer, so if I need help with the law, I go to, a lawyer.
Sure. That's so true.
Yeah.
And also, I think as well, we change over time. What I used to be like when I was in my 20s is certainly different now. And being a man and a woman is going to be different. Your ages, changes in lifestyle after having kids. I mean, your whole system and body changes. So it's getting used to that and feeling comfortable with that, I guess.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's very different for everyone. That's why, like, the first thing we get people to do is come and sit down and go over goals and injuries and preferences and their lifestyle.
All the injuries.
Yeah, look, it's one of those things. People sort of like, they want help and they want to know the basics. What does it cost? Where is it? And you're sort of like, yeah, that's cool. Like, it costs this and it's located here or whatever else. But even in saying that, there's so many different options with things that it's sort of hard to go, like, if I don't know you, it's very hard for me to go, look, you should do this option, because I don't know what's best for you at this stage. I'm like trying to work out, okay, let's sit down, let's look at everything in detail before we start going, okay, boot camp's the best option, or personal training, or gym. Like there's a lot to it. Like, if you come in and you've got a lot of medical issues and injuries and things, I'm probably not going to even recommend boot camp at all for you at that stage. But if you're, come in, you've done a bit of training, you got no injuries and stuff, then you can jump straight into it, no problem. Other people, their goals, like maybe they want to start putting on a fair bit of lean muscle and things. So you go, okay, well, that's probably need more in the gym rather than all cardio-based stuff.
Yeah, sure.
You've really got to look at what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
Where you're at with injuries and also where you're at in life, as you said, like different being 20 to 40.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
And then it's different again being 60.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when I started with my personal trainer at the beginning of the year, she made me go to my doctor. She gave me a list of things she wanted tested, and then I had to send her all the pathology reports, and she went through that to see what was going on and identify things that are problematic and what we needed to work on that are not obvious. A fatty liver is not obvious. You don't know.
Yeah,
High blood pressure, you don't know.
Kind of things, right? And then it's like you got to be able to work around any potential barriers like your injuries and things like that. But I mean, look, it's funny because we've had thousands of people come through, and we've sort of been able to help pretty much all of them, really. I mean, even when you've got medical conditions or injuries, or no matter what age you are. I mean, I've trained people that are sort of 95 and that sort of thing.
Wow.
Yeah, and not in great health, but I've sort of gone to their house and done things. It just depends on the person.
Where there's a will, there's a way, Adam.
Yeah, 100%. And look, I think if you're getting the right advice and you're doing things mainly that help you and don't hurt you, that's probably the biggest thing. Especially when you haven't done anything for a while, or you're carrying a few injuries or whatever else. It's just start off slow and build in.
Love it, love it. Well, thank you so much for that. I'm enjoying all knocking off these myths, because I think I've been guilty of quite a few of them, and as we said, they're really, really thrown about, aren't they, on social media? So this might save us a bit.
Oh yeah, I'm sure we've all been guilty of some of them at some stage, but it's just good to know what's going to help and what's not, and if we can get around the problem stuff early, it helps a lot. So yeah.
Fantastic. Now, if people want to get onto you, they just get onto your Facebook page, Adam Prowse, and personal training, and they can ask you any questions there, or get onto our Facebook page and message us, and we can pass that on and have a chat Saturday morning.
Yeah, look, there's plenty. I mean, obviously we've got the Facebook page, it's Adam Prowse Personal Trainer. We've also got, websites and things, so www.adamprowse.com. You can get on anywhere that way. So, yeah, no problem at all. Reach out if you need anything.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Adam. Have an absolutely terrific long weekend. You're going to be busy over the school holidays, especially now I know that we can bring the kiddies along to the gym. I'll see you there with my 5 in tow. I'll give them a run for your money there.
Want to know what's happening in sport around this fabulous lake of ours? Tune into Lake Macquarie FM 97.3 from 6 a.m. every Saturday for Lake Mac Life Saturday Sports Edition with Martine.
And you're with Martine on Lake Macquarie FM, the new 97.3, and as always, 7:30. It is time for our friend Alan Friend to come on, talk about Lake Mac Big Catch, sponsored by BP Lake Marmora, for all your bait and fishing needs. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm well.
You're
I'm
well.
Yeah.
Looking forward to a long weekend of gorgeous weather.
Gorgeous weather.
Absolutely.
Crowded lakes.
Crowded lakes. I tell you what, I was up and down the M1 yesterday from sort of midday and fighting it, and finally got home at sort of 6:30 last night. It was jam-packed.
I heard that story.
Jam-packed, yeah. So, as it always is on a Friday afternoon, but it's school holidays,
Yes.
double demerits. Is it double demerits for the whole school holidays or just this weekend? I'm not sure.
It's not a long weekend, yeah.
Long weekend, so I'm not sure if it's the whole school holidays. But the cops are out. I got drug tested this morning,
Wow.
breath tested, drug, the whole lot.
Wow.
I said, if you could do a blood test while I'm there, I need to see if my liver's still fatty or something, but no. Told me to go on my way.
On your way.
So there you go, on my way, which is always a good thing when you get pulled over.
That is good.
Yeah, so keep and there was loads of cops on the road too for speeding. I don't know what they were doing, because we weren't going anywhere. We were crawling along, but who knows, maybe people are texting and doing other things.
Well,
They
it's
shouldn't
just the
be.
Blitz, yeah.
Yeah, blitz,
They
the blitz.
always, they're looking after us. They're
Yeah.
keeping us safe for the long weekend.
Exactly.
Don't do silly things on the road. Don't
Yeah.
do silly things on the water.
On the water, that's right, yeah.
Which, yeah.
Yeah, it does happen. So, of course, who can pull you over on the water? The police, of course, as
The
well
police,
as
of course,
and,
as well as maritime.
maritime, yeah, and check for licenses, Red Joes.
Yes.
Make sure that you're not drinking and driving.
And I imagine they'll be out there in force this weekend.
Yeah.
The police out there on their jet skis, and
Yeah.
I'm sure Maritime will have all their boats going.
Yeah. So it's pretty busy out there on the lake at the moment, because there's a huge youth sailing comp, Wanji, Mannering Park, as well as it's coming out of I've forgotten. Belmont. Yeah.
Probably
No,
six
it's not coming out of Belmont. It's Sunshine.
Sunshine. Yeah,
Sunshine are
Club.
hosting it,
Yep.
and so there's 365 boats.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's this weekend, and they're all youth and kiddies.
Yes.
So would you recommend probably steering clear of that area if you're on a boat?
You've covered half the lake there.
Covered half the lake.
All the way from Mannering Park to Sunshine. but,
Yeah.
and up at Wanji.
And Wanji too.
So that's most of the lake.
Yeah, the sort of the western,
It can get
southern
quite
west.
hectic when you get the youth out there sailing, and then the yachts go out and have their sail.
Yeah,
All the
Yeah.
fellas go out in their jet skis and have their fun. And
it's going to be a busy time.
Then you get all the people up from Sydney with their fishing boats and their big leisure boats, and so the lake can be a mess. I know a lot of locals that put their boats away for a couple of weeks this time of
Do
year.
they?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
really. Yeah, yeah. So is there a bit of boat rage? You get road rage. Is there, what do you call it? Water rage? Boat
You
rage?
see a bit of ramp rage everywhere.
Ramp rage, yes,
Ramp
yeah,
rage
yeah,
on the
yeah.
boat ramps with people
Sure.
not using the right etiquette on boat ramps. So.
So there's an etiquette. You've got to
yeah,
learn
yeah,
it.
yeah, just prepare. Get yourself down there, get close to the ramp, take all your straps off, put all your bungs in, get your boat ready to go, unhook it, all ready to launch, and then whoop, go and launch your boat, and off you go.
And off you go. Do it efficiently, quickly.
A lot of people, some people just sit on the ramp and bugger around,
Bugger
pulling their
around.
straps off, and
Oh, crikey. Yeah, so
it does get,
ramp rage becomes
does get-
rampant.
it does get you, yeah, and very hard to find parking in some of the boat ramps. So.
Yeah, much. Yeah, I can see why there'd be a lot of rage.
They park up and down the streets. And
Drive everyone mad.
although somewhere in Point's got quite a long, big parking lot. I've seen that parked out many times too.
Yeah, exactly. So what are people fishing for this weekend? What's on the bite?
I got a sly little tip last night that people were starting to get a few prawns down at the entrance.
Oh, yummo.
Yummo
Yeah,
prawns.
I love long jetty prawns, I tell you what. Yeah, I've been down there a few times up to my knees getting some prawns.
It won't be a secret for long. You'll
No.
see people out there tonight.
Yes, yeah.
It's just early in the dark being the dark.
So it was a
period before the moon
full
comes
moon
up.
last night. Was it a full moon last night?
I think it was the 25th.
25th, was it? Yeah, it was a huge moon yesterday. Last night, it was just absolutely humongous.
The waning moon is
Yeah.
getting smaller.
Yeah.
And
So
like
that'll
I
be
said, before moonrise in the dark times, which will get longer as the week goes on. There'll be plenty of people out prawning, I'd say.
prawning. School holiday fun. This is when it
School holiday
starts.
fun.
So the prawns are started.
Shoulder in the entrance channel.
That's right. There'll be prawn rage, won't there?
Oh, there'll be a lot of pelicanage, I bet.
Yeah, that's it.
You'll
That's
see
it.
a lot of scratchy old fishers around.
Yeah, exactly.
But
yeah.
this signals the start of the whiting coming into the channel and the entrance, and the flathead, the fish picking up in the actual channel. So
Yeah, a lot
I've heard a lot of reports of flathead on the eastern side of the lake. So it sounds
on the
like
eastern side. Okay.
they're all starting to move down.
So it's all starting to move on as we're getting warmer. What's the temperature? You know what the temperature is at the moment? It was
15.3.
15.3. It's still pretty chilly. It's not on my screen. No, 15.3. So it's still quite chilly to
It's
go and
still
have a
quite
swim.
early.
Yeah. This week.
Oh, the water temp.
Yeah, the water temp. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's about that.
Yeah.
To be honest. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
7 and 8, and it does
Yeah.
tend to warm up. November's when it really starts to get a bit warmer, when the warm water starts to come down.
The councils have got out their lifeguards this weekend. This is the
Yes.
start of the season.
Yes.
So people will be down on the beach, and I bet they will be, sort of this weekend. It'll be a great weekend for
Might
it.
be in
So
there.
be safe.
It's not going to be a warm weekend, but it's going to
No.
be a nice weekend. Monday looks the choice day for boating and fishing and that, with the winds calming off.
Now I'm going to get someone in from the council and Surf Lifesaving to talk about some of these shark drones they've now got out. 250 clubs down New South Wales, up and down New South Wales, have now got these shark drones. So they're going to put them out while they're as a complement really to their lifesaving, to their scoping out between the flags. They're then going to put some drones out and see any potential dangers beyond, what they can visibly see from here. So that'll be interesting.
Isn't technology wonderful?
Isn't technology wonderful? Yeah. I feel a bit safer going in.
I saw a mate the other day, and he had a little box on his tail, and he said, "What's this?" And opened it up and folded out the rotors, and took it out the front, and he showed me his house from 1,000 foot in the air with a
Wow,
little
isn't that
drone.
amazing? Yeah. We'll be travelling around in these drones soon. They'll be picking us up and taking us around.
Just dial up your hamburger.
Yeah.
Have it drop
Well, yeah, apparently that's happening too. But I don't know what there's going to have to be some etiquette. There's going to be what side of the road, where's the road, how high do you go? There's going to be some there's going to be some rage.
Drain rage.
Exactly. So people are so flathead are going to be out there. So what bait do we need for flathead for some of the dads wanting to take out the little kids and the mums wanting to take out the kids? Grandparents.
Yeah, well, if they're not so little kids, maybe some soft plastics and jig heads and stuff like that. Keeps them busy.
Yeah.
It keeps their hands going and occupied.
Yeah, okay. So go. Would you recommend going to someone like Jacob at BP Lake Marmora and asking him what's best and what's a good seller? And
any local tackle store will have all the gear, but Jake's got plenty of soft plastics, jig heads.
Yeah.
Plenty of bait there too, so if you want to go out and soak a bait and just relax.
Yeah.
Which a lot of older style fishers still do.
Yeah. Exactly, like you. Exactly. So what are your plans for this weekend? You going to go out on the boat, Alan?
Straight from here.
It's straight from here. Well, you'll have to slip, slop, slap because it is going to be a beautiful weekend maybe a bit of rain.
22 today, they say.
Was expected to be a bit warmer, but there was a bit of a southerly that came through last night that has cooled things down. Yeah.
Beautiful day yesterday, wasn't it?
Oh, it was magic.
30 degrees.
Yeah, absolutely magic. It was a good start to the school holidays. So, I love school holidays when the kids are outside.
Get them out fishing.
Exactly.
Give them a rod, send them down the lake.
That's it. Well, what we used to do as kids is used to have a bit of string, and that was it. Yeah, a bit of string. I did plenty of fishing in Dublin waterways with a bit of string during my school holidays. I tell you what. That's all we had back then.
Fair enough.
Back then in Dublin. Now, it is time, 7:45, time for the birthday book. Alan, we're going to celebrate everyone's birthday book.
Today's birthday book is brought to you by YE Nursery, lush and exotic plants, gift shop and cafe, situated on YE Road, YE.
And you're with Martine on Lake Macquarie FM, the new 97.3, and it is birthday time. It is the 29th of September, Saturday, so wishing everyone a fantastic birthday who are celebrating this very, very long weekend. We've got a few people celebrating their birthdays this week. Diane Johnson from Gwendolyn, many happy returns. We've got Darren Rhodes, he's a presenter here, as well as Graham Brown. Goodness me, we've got some presenters celebrating their birthdays. We should have balloons in the studio, really. Max Newton as well. Bobby Haynes from Summerland Point. Harry Fox from Sunshine. Well, he'll be busy with the big youth sailing tournament that is on this week. Debbie Briggs from Helikalani. Joe Hillman from Bonnells Bay. Nola Harrison. Robert Jones from Mirrabooka. And John Ranshaw Jr. from Woy Woy. So many happy returns to everyone who celebrates their birthday this week or next week. Hope you have a great day, a great weekend, and indeed a great month, because your birthday really goes on for a month and months. And I'm going to play you Summer Breeze because we're virtually there. And it's currently 17 degrees here in the beautiful southern part of Lake Macquarie. We are chasing a top today of 22 for your Saturday, the 29th of September, last Saturday in September. Long weekend, gorgeous weather, top of 19 tomorrow, cloudy, 20 on Monday, 22 sunny on Tuesday, Wednesday, 23.
Want to know what's happening in sport around this fabulous lake of ours? Tune into Lake Macquarie FM 97.3 from 6 a.m. every Saturday for Lake Mac Life Saturday Sports Edition with Martine.
And welcome aboard. This is the Saturday Sports Edition of Lake Mac Life. You're with me, Martine, up until 9 a.m. today, when Ray will take us into your Saturday morning for Howdy. Thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for our guests so far. Adam Prowse, we've knocked off some Get Fit myths, haven't we? So thank you to him. Also, Big Catch Lake Mac with Alan Friend, brought to you by BP Lake Marmora for all your local fishing needs. He is out on his boat as we speak and telling everyone to keep safe, keep the ramp rage down. Brownies Trackside, he's coming up very soon, sponsored by Biochem Water. He's going to tell us he's pretty excited because spring has sprung in the Spring Carnival, hasn't it? And certainly lots of racing around. So we'll get some tips off him so we can bet responsibly. Lozzie Talks League. Well, she's not going to be sitting down for this one. She is through her skin. I'm telling you now. It is, a birdie tells me there might be some grand finals this weekend for a few codes. So she'll be letting us know who is tipped to win, who is, out, and what the gossip is behind. There's always gossip, isn't there, with the NRL? There's always something going on. Of course, these brilliant segments now looking for sponsors. We would love to chat to you. Bang for your buck, under $200 for 13 weeks, which is around $15 a week. Just message me on Facebook, like Mac Life with Martine on FM97.3, or you can email me, Martine, FM97.3 at gmail.com. Love to hear from you as always. You can dob in a neighbour, a friend, a workmate, a colleague, perhaps a sporting friend, someone in your community group. Love to hear from you, whether you're got an event coming on, fundraising, even if you're a lot of clubs are at the moment got their sign-ups and registrations. Love to hear from you so we can let everyone else know. Get involved, and they can either come into our Budgie Voice studio, dob them in, make them come in. Otherwise, we can track you down. We can track you down anywhere. Anywhere you have a mobile phone, we can call you for the studio, or just give me the info and I can let people know. Here's Horse with No Name. Love America. But here they are, because we've got Brownies Trackside coming up very, very soon. And of course we're playing the horses, Daryl Braithwaite, because we've got the horseman himself, Brownie Trackside. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Martine. Good morning, listeners.
Now, I've played you a bit of a trilogy this morning. I've got A Horse with No Name by America. I've got Daryl Braithwaite, the horses. Who knows what else I've got up my sleeve for horses for you?
Yeah, I know. I'm overwhelmed. What can I say?
Exactly. What are you up to this morning? Last weekend of September. It's going to be a beautiful long weekend. Are there any horse races on?
Certainly is horse races. I'm a little bit tired this morning. I stayed up and watched Moonee Valley last night.
Oh, right.
We had the big Moya Stakes with half of the Everest field.
Right.
Nature Strip was a big flop.
Ah.
He led the field and died and finished midfield, and he didn't die.
Didn't die.
Ran out of puff.
Ran out of puff.
Yeah. So it was he. The questions have been asked all along with Nature Strip, the Darren Weir trained horse. Darren Weir, of course, the trainer of Prince of Penzance.
Yes.
Won the Melbourne Cup at 100 to 1.
100 to 1. Wow.
They've been asking questions about if Nature Strip's good enough in top class, but last night he certainly didn't look that good.
Oh dear. So what? I mean, there's so many factors. I guess they're just like human athletes. There are so many factors that can go into making a great day or a great race for someone, and then others are just a flop. You just can't put it out there on the day.
Yeah, well, I won't be calling him Usain Bolt. The Bolt.
Well,
the guy from the Central Coast.
Well, talk about Usain Bolt. I read in the paper the other day, the local rag, that he wasn't fit enough to do the whole game. Usain Bolt is not fit. Yeah, hasn't got the fitness, because I mean you're on the field for quite a while, aren't you? And you've got to be running around. But apparently he's not fit enough. There you go. Gave me a bit of hope.
That's strange.
Yeah.
I live on the beach of Foresters Beach, and I'm sure I keep seeing this lightning flash. I think there's a RAF flying past, and I look out the window and it's a guy with black hair.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's sprinters are not. We'll have to talk to Adam Prowse, the personal trainer who we chat to every morning at 6:30 or 7. I think we wake him up, or he wakes us up, and to see, what are sprinters different from these, sort of endurance fitness people
maybe the gravity, the lack of gravity took it out of him recently when he was sucking on the mum.
Yeah, maybe.
Champagne.
Who knows?
Up in the aeroplane.
Who knows? Let's see.
Yeah.
So, so you're up late last night watching Mooney, and it was a good couple of races, was it?
Oh, it was a good night. A lot of New South Wales horses went down south. We didn't do too well, but some very good fields. But it's such a tricky track. It's very small, and it's only got a 240 metre straight.
Wow. Okay.
So if you're up front, you're likely to win.
Wow. Okay.
Of course, this is a track where Winks has won past 3 Cox Plates, lining up for a 4th in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's still going so strong. It's unbelievable, the stamina she has.
Oh yeah, she's I'm kind of saying she's a once in a lifetime horse.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I used to ask I remember driving in an old Hummer. My friend's father's bucks, and I said, "Can you stop listening to Kingstown?" I was probably about 10 years old. And he was a great horse. We've had some good horses since. But,
amazing. But yeah, certainly this is the talk of the town. You gave us some great tips last week. We had 2 winners who did really well last week. Who were they?
Oh, we done well last week. We got Spending to Win. Paid about $13.70.
Wow, that's all right.
Yeah, and we got Sea Bloom. I don't normally bet in the highways with the country horses, but I just thought that horse stood out. He ended up paying about $9.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Love it.
So hopefully we can get into a couple today.
Yeah. Who have you got for us? Who are you liking?
Well, hopefully we can back it up today. I do like a horse, but its odds aren't great. A horse called Egg Tart. I've picked it before.
Egg Tart.
Yeah.
I love it. I love this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she'll be really hard to beat, but I can see it. I can see a danger. Called Lover in the same race.
Oh,
it's,
okay.
It's getting up to its distance. Last prep Lover would have been favourite today, but hadn't had. It's had 2 starts from a spell and hasn't done a lot. But I think you can probably corral those 2, Egg Tart and Lover. It's getting up to 2,000 metres. And of course, we're seeing the return of the 2-year-olds today. Well, not return, but we've got the Breeders' Plate and the Gym Crack.
Okay.
Which is the 2-year-old colts and the 2-year-old fillies, the first 2-year-old race of the season.
Okay. So what does
we
this
wait
mean for us?
for a winner.
Yeah.
So these horses are so not new. They're new to racing, and they tend to you tend to find something with a good barrier will win the race.
Yeah. I love it. Sounds good. Okay.
Yeah, but moving down, I do like a horse in the Metropolitan. The Metropolitan, I remember when I was a kid, my mate's grandfather said if you can tip the Metropolitan winner, it's probably going to win the Melbourne Cup.
Really?
But I haven't found a Melbourne Cup winner coming out of the Metropolitan since I was a kid.
There you go. How things change, hey?
Yeah, but I do like a horse in that race. A horse called Highbridge. Highbridge,
okay.
Yeah, well drawn.
Like him.
Get a sit just on the leaders, and I think it'd be very hard to beat today. I'm worried about a horse I tipped on the radio called Opposition.
Yeah, I
I tipped
remember
it
that
about 3 or 4 weeks ago,
Yeah,
and it hasn't done much. But stepping up to to the A grade today, I hope he doesn't win today.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to have my few dollars bet responsibly and have my few dollars in Highbridge.
Highbridge. Okay, written him down. He sounds great.
Yeah.
Excellent. What's a busy day today?
Oh, we've got great races. We've got, 3 or 4 Group 1s in Sydney today.
So this is all building up, of course, to the Spring Carnival.
Well, that is. That's the Spring Carnival. Then we move to Melbourne.
Yeah. And spring has really sprung. Well,
you look over the page. Like last week, I tipped the Snowden trained Spedding to win, the only horse they had racing in Melbourne. And unfortunately today I raced at Mornington, which is different. Yeah. It's not the usual. I guess last night they raced at Moonee Valley, but so it's not normal Caulfield or Flemington or. Yeah, but still good racing, but no Snowden horses to, get an easy win from.
Okay, sounds good. Good. So it's happening all over Australia.
Oh, it's all over, as Mackie used to say.
All over. And anything tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow I haven't even had a look.
That'll happen tomorrow. We've given us enough for today. We've got quite a few down here. I'm going to whack it on the fridge, and I'm sure everyone will be very interested in your tips. They were very happy about last week's one, so I appreciate that. Yeah,
well, hopefully, a few were on it last week. It's it's hard to pick a winner at the best times, but I always look for a bit of value.
Yeah, you have to, don't you?
Yeah,
otherwise...
I don't like tipping favourites. Anyone can tip favourites. But as I've said in the past, no one ever went broke backing winners.
That's exactly right. Well, thank you so much, Brownie. I appreciate your tips, and we'll get on to them. And thank you for last week's tips. That's rolled us over quite well. And we'll see how you go this week.
Yeah, hopefully we can get one and have a good day, listeners. And yeah.
It's a gorgeous day and a gorgeous weekend
for
it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And if you're travelling anywhere to the races, keep to the speed limit and watch out, because double demerits.
And bet and drink.
Yeah. Don't
What's
go.
the word for it?
Don't go. Okay, my dear. Thanks so much, Brownie. We'll chat to you next week.
No problem. Have a great day.
Bye.
This is John Paul Young, and you're listening to your local community radio station, Lake Macquarie FM 97.3. And of course, it is this time of the morning where we're going to rock you with Loz. Loz Talks League. Good morning, Loz.
Good morning, Martine. How are you this morning?
Oh, terrific. I'm getting prepared for a big day tomorrow. How big is it going to be?
Oh, look, it's going to be huge. It's going to be a really big day. I start preparations at like 10 in the morning.
What, this morning?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, that's fantastic. So what kind of preparations does someone like you, are you in uniform at the moment?
I'm not in uniform at the moment, but I'm getting my uniform ready. I always make a special shirt for whoever I'm going for in the grand final.
Oh, you're a laugh. So who do you reckon it's going to be? We've got Melbourne and we've got the Roosters.
That's right.
The Storm and the Roosters.
It's the ultimate rivalry with Cooper Cronk playing against his old club. Look, and it looks like, because last week's game he got hurt and his arm was like hanging like a piece of dough. Seriously, it was useless at the end of the game.
Oh dear.
So he's not 100% fit as yet. I think they're going to keep it tucked under their wing as to whether or not he will play.
Can they leave it up until the last minute to put him on?
They can.
Yeah.
They can.
Yeah.
I think he will play, but he'll need to be protected if he does play.
Look, I reckon he'll play with his arm hanging off. I would
say so.
Yeah.
I would say
Whether
so.
the doctors let him do it's another thing, but I'd say, and I reckon he could do it one-handed as well.
Look, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, he's got the fire in him to do that. So, so will you be wearing the Storm? Will you be going as a lightning bolt, or do you have? I don't know what Roosters have. Do they?
Yeah, look, you've just sworn at me, basically.
Basically, yes.
I would
Suggesting that
never put on Melbourne colours.
Oh dear, oh dear.
So I will be going for the Roosters, and I will have a blue T-shirt on, and I will make red and white stripes for the Roosters on the front.
Will you be having some kind of mohawk or something, or what's the dangly thing under their neck? What's that called? I'm not sure. You need one of those, Loz.
Yes, yeah, possibly. I might have to look into that. I'll look into that.
Yes, yeah. I mean, we don't want you looking like a chicken, but...
No, I certainly won't look like a chicken.
Now, you're going to be calling the women's live at 1:35.
That's correct.
And we can get on to Loza Talks League on Facebook and watch you do it live. So we've got the Roosters and the Broncos in the grand finals for the women.
That's correct, yes. That's going to be a huge game.
Yeah.
It's a real rivalry there. A lot of teammates against teammates. A lot of them play together in the, the Gillaroos. So, yeah, it's going to be a really good game.
It's going to be interesting, yeah. I mean, I'm still quite devastated that the Warriors are gone. I thought that they were so strong. I can't believe that they're not in the finals, but the Broncos and the Roosters. What I love about the men's and women's this year is that we've got all three states involved in the finals. Haven't we? We've got the Broncos with the women's, we've got Melbourne with the men's, and of course the Roosters are playing it hard for both.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a great grand final this year, no matter who you're supporting.
Yeah, the Roosters have had a bonza year.
Yeah, they really have, and they've shone at the back end, which is where it all needs to come together.
And I tell you, we haven't seen many back ends this week, any bare back ends. Obviously, they've been told to keep their shorts on.
It is nice when they keep their shorts on. I quite like that.
It is nice because the last couple of weeks we have had problems with some of the boys taking the shorts off, and we don't appreciate that anymore. No,
we really like the shorts on.
Yes, keep the shorts on, boys. Now, you then are going to move on to the Wicco up in Newcastle, where you will be, are you going to be calling the Melbourne Roosters game?
I won't be calling the game. I'll be talking to some fans and getting some tips off others, and we'll.
So they're giving you a microphone, Loz. Gee.
Yeah, pretty much.
That sounds fantastic.
So yeah, a few little beverages throughout the day, so anything could happen.
Yeah. Now, last weekend was our local rugby league playoffs, and Souths took it quite well, 30-18. Came home a runner. I mean, they were strong all season, so they might put their feet up this weekend, but you know what? They're going to be training next weekend for the next season.
That's right. It's as soon as it all finishes, they get straight back into it, basically. They don't have much time off at all.
There's no rest for the wicked, I tell you.
No, that's correct.
Now, the AFL, of course, is today.
Yes, that's right.
Any thoughts on that, crossing over your codes?
Look, to be honest, I don't really cross over. Over the last couple of years, I've started watching the AFL Grand Final, but I've had so many people try and tell me the rules, and I still don't get it.
No.
I still don't get it. So, it's a spectacle to watch, and I do enjoy watching it.
Yeah, it is a good game. I do like the Grand Final, as you say. I'm not a huge fan of the weekly games, but I do love the highlights and watching the game today. Did you watch the Dally M's, the highlights of that?
Look, the Dally M's is probably one of the most boring things to watch in the rugby league season. But I did watch, and I really enjoyed it. We had Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, the New Zealand Warriors captain.
Yeah.
He took out the medal, and a couple of his teammates got up and did an impromptu haka, which
Wasn't that beautiful?
It was just stunning. It was you saw the emotion. It was so good.
It's lovely to see, and I tell you what, the girls were fully represented, and they looked fine, in fine form. The girls,
absolutely, didn't they? And they were all so excited to They're normally there anyway.
Yeah.
But just this being their inaugural season, they were there under different circumstances. You could see it, the emotion, and Brittany Brayley, who is the Broncos hooker,
yes,
took out the Dally M for the women.
Yeah, she was absolutely gorgeous, and
Yes.
I really loved it throughout the proceedings. The men kept saying, you know, the guys and the girls, which is really
Yes.
lovely. I mean, the guys have really stepped up and they're incorporating the women into it. So you know, it's really great to see, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll only get bigger and better from here. The only downer I did have throughout this was the fact that they'll play the intrastate championship at 3:40 before the men, and the women are way before that at 1:35. So
1:35, it's early, isn't it?
yeah, I really think they should have bumped
Swap
the
that
intrust.
over.
Yeah. So there's a bigger crowd for them, you know.
Because otherwise,
we'll
I mean, it's a long time to be there watching league, isn't it? I mean,
That's
it's
right.
pretty exciting, but it does it's a lot of games to watch.
That's right. And I just think the women's game was probably a little more important than watching the Canterbury Bulldogs and Redcliffe Dolphins.
Yeah, perhaps, and maybe they'll look at the rescheduling for next year now that they know just how popular it is. So that'll be really interesting. Loza, well, congratulations for getting to this point this far and not blowing a valve.
Well, I was close.
Very close. I love watching your live feeds because, if you want to see someone nearly pop a valve, watch Loza and doing her live feeds. And no doubt tomorrow you'll just be beside yourself. I can just imagine. Putting together your little uniform now with with your cheerleading pom-poms. That's what we need.
Yeah, no, you won't be seeing pom-poms from me.
Look, we can't wait. We'll see you at the Wicco tomorrow, and anywhere is going to be fantastic. Great atmosphere. It is the long weekend, and of course, if you're going to bet, do it responsibly. If you're going to drink, do it responsibly. Do everything responsibly.
Right. Get out there and enjoy the footy.
I love it. Thank you so much, Loza, and we will be chatting with you next week, and we'll hear about what happened, what didn't happen, and what should have happened.
No worries at all. Talk to you then, Martine.
Thanks. Take care. Bye.
Okay, bye.
They're singing, we will rock you.
Steve Earl with Copperhead Road, and you've been with me, Martine, since 6 a.m. this morning. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much for all your phone calls and your messages. I do appreciate that. If you do want to get in touch with us, get onto our Facebook page, Lake Mac Life with Martine on FM97.3. Send us through a message, or perhaps you'd like to email Martine, FM97.3 @gmail.com. Very easy to get in touch with us. Stay tuned because Ray is taking the chair for Howdy to get you into your Saturday. It is a lovely balmy 18 degrees, top of 22. We're nearly there already. Possible shower in the afternoon today for your Saturday, the 29th of September. Thank you so much to all of our guests for coming on the show today. We had Brownie. He was trackside. Thank you so much for your tips. As always, gamble responsibly. We also had Lozzie Talks League, and you'll be able to catch her live on her Lozzie Talks League feed tomorrow. That is brought to you by Ono. It's a Volvo now on Amazon, of course, and she will be calling the women's game live. All the very best to the Roosters, of course, and the Broncos in the women's. And tomorrow afternoon, of course, is the big one, Roosters and Storm. Who will it be? Well, get up to the Wicco, and Loza will let you know. She's got the roving mic up there at the Wicco during the game, so that will be pretty exciting there. AFL, of course, this afternoon. Who's going to win? We don't know. If you want to let us know your tips, get onto our Facebook page. Love to hear from you. Also, thank you so much to Alan Friend, our good friend out on Lake Mac. He's letting us know that it's going to be busy out there. And if you do need any help with bait and tackle needs, get over to our sponsors, BP Bait and Tackle, over there at Lake Marmora. Also, we had a great chat with Alan Prowse, and as I was pleased to hear, both of his gyms up at Bullaroo and Maitland, he has areas for kiddies, so you can still get fit while the school holidays are on. So thank you to everyone who joined us today for some very interesting chats about local sport going in and around our beautiful region. Stay tuned for Monday morning. It is a long weekend, but Lake Maclife is still on. And we're talking to the very, very interesting Yasmin Catley as part of Polywaffle, brought to you by Working Directions Vocational Rehab. If you have any questions for Yasmin, we'd love to hear from you. Again, get onto our Facebook page and tune in for this afternoon, because Paul James will be counting down David Harris's top 10 and his staffers' top 10. We had a chat with him on Polywaffle last week, and he has his top 10 for Saturday Fever. He is, of course, the MP for Wyong. So we look forward to hearing what kind of music, because he told us he used to be a bit of a pub crawler. There you go, listening to all of those great hoodoo gurus and all of that. I've seen a bit of a pre-list on it. So tune in to PJ at 3 o'clock this afternoon. It's 9 o'clock, time for the news. Good morning.
97.3 FM, news and information.